Alright, hello once again, YouTube. How are you guys? Sorry. I'm back with another video, another ghoul video, because I finally got around to cutting, editing, and now voicing over some footage from my stream. Check me out on Twitch, by the way, at SundaeNite. Um, uh, I finally got around to making this video because this week has been actually pretty terrible for me. But I wanted to get into the habit of making more videos for the channel because why not? So, this is from the very first day of the chapter drop for Dead by Daylight's newest chapter, Tokyo Ghoul, with its newest killer, Kaneki Ken, and I have been really enjoying the chapter a lot. As an as a weeb, I've been happy that we finally get like a new anime chapter because it's the first anime chapter that Dead by Daylight's ever done. Um, but it's not the first anime thing, like anime related content that they've given us in the game. With the fact that we just got like Junji Ito, the collection from the collection back in January, I believe, where it gave us a couple of killer outfits and some survivor outfits. And then about a couple or so years ago, we had Attack on Titan. So that was. So I kind of. So I wonder actually if they would ever bring back Attack on Titan, because it seems like this newest Tokyo Ghoul chapter has been a really big success. To the point with that, like within the first 24 hours of the chapter coming out, people were already complaining about seeing so many like Kanekis in Lise. Yes, by the way, the legendary outfit that came for Kaneki is Kamishiro Lise, who is basically the ghoul that turned Kaneki's life upside down, basically, and it was the catalyst in making him basically become a ghoul and whatnot. I'm kind of just rambling over in this video because it's just kind of a voiceover. I felt like what I was saying in the stream was kind of irrelevant. Though I was saying this Fong that I just hooked was really cute, actually. And I feel really bad. You guys can't see because my big old VTuber's in the way. But I was trying to get Kaneki's Adept. I think, was this the first match no, I don't think this was the very first match. Maybe first or second. I think this was like the second or third match that I played was on Kaneki. But anyways, I was trying to get his Adept, and it turns out like they didn't have it yet on Steam. So I didn't realize this until after the match, and you will see why I feel so bad about getting Adept in the end for this, or trying to get Adept. But yeah, okay, wait, so another thing I could talk about was that we were discussing in chat was when this chapter first launched, like within the first like couple hours or so of the launch, people were getting free skins. So people were getting the other fit for Kaneki, his fit that he gets when he like defeats Jason and everything. Oh, spoiler! It's kind of a spoiler if you haven't seen Tokyo Ghoul. My bad. But basically, it's this very tattered looking fit where he's just wearing a simple black shirt and white pants, and he has like cuffs, broken cuffs on each of his hands. I'm actually wearing it at the current moment. You can't quite see, but you'll probably see in the end. So yeah, but they gave out Kaneki's fit that came with him in the store, and I probably show it. Maybe I could. I don't know. I don't mind editing a little images here or two, although I like to keep these videos simple. But the other fit that was given out for free was the Yui one, the rabbit, which is what Toka wears in the anime, in the manga, when she's out there killing the CCG investigators. um, it's a pretty cute fit too. I think it's a little bit baggy on Yui, but I've grown I've grown to like it because at first I wasn't so sure about it, but I've grown to really like it. Though I'm not gonna lie, I think Nia's Eto fit is probably the best one out of the Survivor ones that we got for the chapter. I like to hope he would get more Tokyo Ghoul stuff, but I highly doubt he will, because I know there was some people that were hoping that Kaneki would get like his Kakuja fit, like the centipede one. If you don't know what Kakuja is, I probably show it on screen, but like his centipede form, which is really cool, but also that form came from some pretty awful mental anguish and stuff. So, anyways, I should be talking a little bit about the actual mechanics to Kaneki, I suppose. Um, he's really cool. He's definitely trying to get in my way. Stop it. I don't really like tunneling. I don't know if it was a tunnel. I wasn't paying too close attention, but I think the reason why I didn't go for the Fong there is because I feel like it probably just had her, and I really wanted to go for the survivor I was chasing in the first place, which was my KK here. Good old Michaela. Which reminds me, Kaneki's Thunder is going to be taken pretty quickly, actually, because we're going to get a solo survivor chapter pretty soon. Like, I think just in the next week, we're probably going to get the BTV for the next chapter. And Michaela was like the last solo survivor chapter that we got. That was original. And this survivor that's coming is also going to be original. So this will be really neat to see what they do with her. With the character. I don't know if it's her or him. Kind of hoping it's actually him because the last solo original survivor, like I said, was Michaela. So it'd be cool to have a solo male survivor. But that's just me. I don't really care, to be totally honest. Oh yeah, I think that Michaela gave up early. I noticed on the first day of launch that a lot of people were giving up on me when I played Kaneki, even within just the first couple hours or so. So that was a little disheartening. A little sad because he's still a new killer, and I know like there are probably some survivors. I've heard actually that surviving, like solo queue survivor has been really bad. It's gotten even worse than before, and I'm only recently getting back into DPD because of Tokyo Ghoul, and as killer I can kind of see it. I kind of saw it then because the way survivors were giving up. Unfortunately, in this video, just to keep it on the shorter side, I did decide only to give one match on killer, and then I have another match that's after this one that's going to be on survivor. So I only decided to do two, one killer, one survivor match. Yeah, I think I'm just going to ramble. I don't really feel like talking specifics about Kaneki's gameplay. I was thinking about making a little clip series where I talk about little tips, but I'm really bad at giving people tips because I don't really play killer. And I can't be one of those, hey, this is the best this build on Kaneki that you can put on him and blah blah blah. No, I don't really do that, and it kind of bores me, to be totally honest. I'm just playing for fun, for casual fun. I've seen like I've already come across a couple channels that on Twitch that are maining Kaneki and doing like Kaneki win streaks and stuff. But I can't be bothered to do those. Probably because one is the survivor main in me, but also because I'm just happy to have like a killer that I really like and connect with, and I've known for a while. Because Dracula was who came out back in like August. I made like a couple of videos surrounding the Castlevania chapter, because I also really like Castlevania, but Castlevania only really got into um, after DPT announced it to be coming in their last anniversary stream last year. And so between that announcement and the chapter launch, I got into Castlevania through the Netflix animation, and I really enjoyed it. I even have played a couple or so Castlevania games. Uh, the Sorrow duology. So Aria of Sorrow and Dawn of Sorrow I've played. Those are Soma's games. So Soma's like a legendary skin that came for Trevor in the Rift. Um, but I really play as Alucard a lot because Alucard is Alucard. I mean, come on. But yeah, even Castlevania wasn't enough to keep me to DVD for too long. Oh wow, look at that. Or Sable. So yeah, if you want like particular tips and tricks for Kaneki and the best build, you have to go elsewhere. It's not like anyone will really watch this anyway for that. Yeah, this team was something. I didn't really talk about the match. I just really talked about how I like the fact that DVD has put in Kaneki and whatnot, and I love it. They kept his original voice actor, which I really enjoy, which I was really happy about. Fun fact about his original voice actor, Hanai Natsuki, he has a YouTube channel. I would check it out if you are into just like anime, Japanese voice. Quite a few Japanese voice actors actually do have YouTube channels. But yeah, anyways, so he actually was a fan of DVD for long before Tokyo Ghoul came into the game. Before even like I think the original anime was only like 1 or 2 years old when DVD first started. So, but basically, anyways, he actually posted a video of him playing Kaneki both in the PTV and then in live. So that was kind of fun to watch. Yeah, okay, this Fong. She was pretty cute. I was like, oh, I kind of want to keep her. I don't mind getting bullied a little bit. It puts a little spice in the match and gives the survivors a little bit more personality because survivors. I feel like a lot of survivors like to complain sometimes about. Some survivors, I shouldn't say a lot, but some survivors like to complain about how killers have no personality. But the flip side is true too. I feel like when I play killers, sometimes survivors are just pretty plain. Anyways, I kind of felt bad because you could see me hesitating there for a bit, but I was just like, because I was asking my chat, should I kill them? Should I let them go? They had 2 gens. I could just simply, the poor Sable was saying no, but I was just like, well, I prefer Fong. If someone's gonna live, it's going to be Fong. Sorry, Sable. You're cute and all, but not my type, apparently. So I picked up Fong, and I was debating about whether or not to hook her or to let her go, because you could see I was going back and forth. Basement, no basement. I don't think she was wiggling either. So I think I let her go free. She's about to wiggle out. There we go. So yeah. I was like, oh, go ahead and open the chest. I don't know. I feel like since a lot of people have met a bunch of loads of Kanekis this past weekend, I want to be in like that day. Like the days I did play him, I tried to play a bit more casually because I know there's some, Yeah, because I was wanted. There we go. Wait, I'm gonna kill her. I think. I don't think I hook her. Yeah. I was like, I'm sorry, Fong. I need the adept. And then you can kind of see the fit for Kaneki that came in the store with him. I really like it because you can see his cute little face, his cute little busted, deranged little face, messy face. I really like the lighting too. But yes, num 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 num. I devoured Fong because he was my favorite. But yeah, I even made my name like what's 1000 minus 7. um oh yeah, I wrote I'm sorry I need adept, but it turns out I didn't get the adept because it wasn't Steam yet. I did eventually get it though. Okay, so match number 2. Here's the bunny fit I was talking about for Yuri. You can see it plain as day. But yeah, so I was saying you can see my name is what's 1000 minus 7. And that's obviously, I think everyone knows at this point that's a reference to the anime, even if you've never watched the anime. It's, if you don't know though, it's what Jason, a ghoul who ends up torturing Kaneki to the point where he breaks and accepts that he's a ghoul, because before he was trying to cling on to his humanity. But then after the torture and after his mind coming to pieces, basically to the point where he ends up imagining a figment of imagining like Lise talking to him and whatnot. He accepts that he's a ghoul, and he ends up, spoilers, he ends up like killing Jason and whatnot by devouring him. So but throughout that torture, Jason told him to like ask him what's 1000 minus 7, and then to keep subtracting the answer by 7 over and over again so he can remain sane. It's a lot, and that's why Kaneki Mori line is what's 1000 minus 7. Or he says sen hiku nanara, it literally just means 1000 minus 7. What's 1000 minus 7? So anyways, there's not much in this Survivor gameplay. I think we are going against Kaneki. I chose this match because it was a bit more I don't know, I think it was a bit more chiller, sort of. But I know that this Kate in Endgame chat was wondering like how he was able to find us so fast, because he found us pretty quickly. Oh, he had blood favor. A number of Kanekis and ghouls I faced. Wait, he caught up to me fast. I couldn't do anything. But he's wearing the fit. He's wearing the tortured fit. It's actually called Awakened Ghoul for obvious reasons, if you were paying attention to what I was saying before. But yeah, he seemed to find us fast, and he didn't have like any perks. So I think he was just really good at the hunt. So yeah, I really enjoy Kaneki being in the game. But looking at this fit on Yui, I mentioned before that's Toka's fit, right? I kind of wish that we could have had a bit more. Like, I understand why they picked Lise as a legendary. I'm not saying I wanted legendary. Well, I don't know. Because I think out of all the characters in Tokyo Ghoul, Toka is my favorite. She's just, one, really pretty, and two, I really liked her outfit. Well, I'm not her outfit, so I really like her. I got distracted because I was like, oh my gosh, she's back here already. But Kate did go down pretty fast. But no, I was gonna say, oh my goodness, so many years of speaking and I can't speak. But anyways, oh yeah, he finds us again really quickly. I think looking back on it now, it's no wonder he found us pretty quickly. Because we tried, but I think because there's a lot of quick downs and stuff, he was able to, I think he does find us here. But anyways, I really like Toka in terms of personality and appearance. Um, and I kind of wish, especially like in Tokyo Ghoul RE, but she's obviously really pretty too in Tokyo Ghoul, but in Tokyo Ghoul RE as well. And oh yeah, he comes back. I think I reassured Yunjin, so she should be fine. Um, Hit him for Kaneki. The little like, little sounds of like growls of pain he does when he gets hit. I feel bad, but he definitely sounds less human. Especially when you play him, you know this, and I feel bad because poor gentle kind Kaneki um, has just been reduced to being a killer in this game. Um, they did mention why they decided to put Kaneki as a killer in the game instead of as a survivor, which I think is let me see if I can find it. Like what they said about why they chose him to be a killer. Okay, I think I found it. So, according to Dave Richards, creative director of Dead by Daylight, their reimagining of Ken Kaneki had to undergo a drastic change in personality to suit his role as a killer. Rather than making him a survivor, as is more complex than the series may suggest, we felt it would be more interesting to really lean into the horror and present an alternate reality where Kaneki became exactly what he feared. Where such a drastic change to Ken Kaneki's personality was necessary to suit his role as a killer, it allowed the team to delve into Ghoul's powers and take them to their darkest possible conclusion. Luckily, the Tokyo Ghoul production committee was on board for the story we want to tell, sharing our excitement to see this terrifying take on their protagonist. So I think that's really neat. They mentioned the Tokyo Ghoul committee, which I think if you look at promotional art and images and videos from Tokyo Ghoul, you will see that they're talking about that Shueisha was part of it, which is like a publishing company in Japan that published Tokyo Ghoul, the manga, I believe, and Sui Ishida, the creator of Tokyo Ghoul, also retweeted on his Twitter official Twitter account when the BTB first dropped, and he showed like promotional clips of Kaneki. He seemed to approve, as he seemed to, because it's like, because all the Japanese just like, oh, wow. So I think that was really neat. So I think I know some people. I think I did see like a comment or two talking about how they don't like that Kaneki's become a killer. They don't like this interpretation of Kaneki. But like, if the license holders for Tokyo Ghoul did not want to give us this version of Kaneki, they wouldn't have, and we'd probably got him as a survivor or not at all. So, and I also, this version of Kaneki, me personally, I believe is believable because you have to remember that in DBD lore, when it comes to Kaneki, that this Kaneki was taken right after he defeated Jason, and right after fresh from being tortured. I don't know if the anime mentions it, but the manga says that Kaneki was tortured for about 12 days. Correct me if I'm wrong, for those who are more aficionados of Tokyo Ghoul manga, but I believe Kaneki was tortured for about 2 weeks straight. So how he didn't lose his mind is beyond me. How he didn't become completely insane from all that. I mean, he kind of does. Because his torture, the influence from his torture, and the fact he goes on to basically cannibalize on other ghouls. Because he accepts being a ghoul after he's tortured by Jason, but he doesn't feed on human flesh as the typical ghoul does. Oh yeah, if you're wondering what I was doing here, I was praying to the shrine. I was offering a little offering to the shrine. Because I was like, oh shrine, hear my prayer. Maybe we can get out of this alive. But yes, as you can tell, I'm a little coward. But anyways, um, what was I even saying? I was just talking about Kaneki being tortured, and coming off of it fresh because yeah. So his mind's pretty bad and fragmented. Not to mention the fact that even if he did have a bit of his human morality still left in him. Oh no, I was talking about him not eating human flesh because yeah, because a lot of ghouls, all ghouls really go for human flesh, but Kaneki didn't want to do that in order to get stronger and also get rid of get rid of bad ghouls in the world. Basically, he kind of uh goes on a little mission to kill ghouls, specifically those of Augili, the organization that Jason was a part of. He kind of wanted to do that for some little revenge too. Um, but the thing about eating other ghouls is that said it can cause the ghoul that's cannibalizing on his fellow ghouls to go insane, go mad, and that kind of does happen with Kaneki. So I think this version of Kaneki is quite believable, um, especially given what we know. Also, as I was mentioning before, even if he still had some of his humanity still left in him, he still had like a good moral compass. Uh, Being taken by the entity, if you know if you know DVD lore, which a lot of people don't seem to, which is typical. But the entity has been known to manipulate their killers, because there's quite a number of killers in the roster that the entity has manipulated to make sure that they kill. Um, like I think the artist is a very good example of this because the entity has been manipulating the artist for since the artist was born basically, and she was just a victim of the entity for her whole life before she was taken. Uh, there's also some people that prescribe to the white eyes theory. This part, I was like, yeah, let me see if I could tame him. He just goes away. I was like, don't hurt me. I'm technically your girlfriend. Because I don't know if that's a spoiler, but like I said, this fit is Toka's, and Toka and Kaneki become a couple throughout the duration of the series. They basically, by the end of the series, they actually get married. Spoiler. um, so yeah, it's kind of funny, but also kind of tragic. Luckily, it's just cosplay. Kind of tragic seeing like technically a version of Toka on DVD that could be killed and worried by Kaneki, but they weren't a thing yet at this point in Kaneki's timeline, so it's whatever. But anyways, as I was saying before about killers being manipulated to torture. Oh, by the way, I think I was acting as a rabbit ear and admiring little rabbit Yui. Look at that. It's a cute mask, actually. But anyways, so like a lot, some people actually think like believe in the right eyes theory, where like if a killer has right eyes, like Spirit is a good one. The killer sees the survivors as like not the survivors but someone else. So like Spirit, for instance, some people think that Spirit sees the survivors as her like school bullies, or her father, because her father was the one that basically killed her and her mother, because he kind of went insane. And the entity was actually going to take the Spirit's father, but saw more potential in the Spirit. So yeah. Anyways, I ended up following him around because trying to find Nia, I guess. He was cute. I think they did a really good job with Kaneki's model in DBD. Um, Unfortunately, there's no. I couldn't show you Lise because I don't have Lise. I didn't get her because I know I was going to go for Kaneki. And I bought both these fits that you see right here. Both the both the Yui Bunny one and then the Awakened Ghoul for Kaneki. And I was like, yeah, that's, and I also had to buy the chapter as well. So that's like what, like $25. Jeez. Um, so yeah, buying Lise would have been too much. Plus, I'm not really too interested in playing Lise if I'm totally honest. Now, if it was Toka. But anyways, yeah. So he's waiting, posed and ready to mori me. Um, there we go. And there we go. The what's 1,000 minus 7. But yeah, I think they did a really good job with this model. I think a lot of people prefer Lise, but I still prefer Kaneki. I think a lot of people prefer Lise because she's quiet and doesn't scream every like 5 minutes like Kaneki does. But I do feel bad, because if you know why he be screaming and hollering like that. But anyways, yeah. So that's the end of the video. My VTuber model's already waving goodbye with the toggles being kind of messed up because I'm looking very ooh. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was kind of nice rambling like this. I could go on and on, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna end it there. I will be back with another video. Most likely gameplay, most likely soft spoken. I don't know if I could call these videos ASMR, but whatever. I'm usually just naturally soft spoken, so I guess that's why I say ASMR. But yeah. Anyways, guys, bye bye. Ciao for now. Take care.